Hello, John.
Hello. I have other things that I have to
jump in at that bait.
Now I think I know why it's gone quiet. I think I know why it's gone quiet. Because it's 2:30 on the first Sunday of the month. And there's my brother. Look at that. Con's here and everybody's here. Terrific. And you're looking... I always have to comment on how he's looking, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. And he's looking very well. Isn't he looking well? Give me a round of applause. Come on. Looking well? Looking well. There we are, Con. And now, shall we get the show on the road, Con?
Yes, go for it.
Every time I hear the newborn baby cry, oh, I'm such a leaf, or see the sky, then I know why I believe.
Con. Who are we going to pick to do the magic muting? We have a ceremony called the magic muting where you go 1, 2, 3, mute, and I mute all. And then the protocol is nobody switches on their microphone unless they ask, unless they put your hand up and ask. So who are we going to pick? I can see Twyla. And all you have to do is say 1, 2, 3, mute all.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, mute all.
Can you hear the silence? That's beautiful. And, boys and girls, just a tiny little somber note, just while we have silence. Could we have a tiny little bit of silence and everybody just cast your thoughts to the Ukraine? You may say a prayer if you wish. Yes, sad times, sad times, sad times. But
I see you've got lovely colours on deck.
I've got. I do feel that everybody should support Ukraine, and I'm doing everything. I've got it on my emails. I've got it everywhere. We are with you because there is nothing else we can do, nothing else the world can do, really, because we risk World War III, unfortunately. But there we are. We've had the thoughts with them, and I'm sure maybe even they'll watch our replay tomorrow, which incidentally, if you look at the numbers on the replay, I mean, it's about, what's 18 or 19 here today, but the replay is getting thousands and thousands and thousands of views. And some of our songs have gone over the million. It's I can't believe it, Con. Can you?
I know, it's fantastic, isn't it? Really.
So tell us what we're going to do today, Con.
Right, well, what's on the show this week, or this month? I should be asking you how your month was, and I'm sure you got lots of interesting things to tell us. Now, we got some old video diaries from the end of February 2018. I look forward to them every time. And then we're going to have some fun and games. So that should be good as well. Then a lovely video of Whispering, one of our hit songs. And then we should be looking for birthdays, anybody's birthday or anniversary or anything to celebrate we should have. And then an old favourite of mine, Erie Canal. Remember that one? Erie Canal. I'm looking forward to that as well. And then a major piece of work, wonderful, wonderful video by Deck on Ave Maria, and it's Gounod's Ave Maria, and we're doing that especially for the Ukraine. So, how was your month, Jack?
Well, my I always say my month has been hysterical. There's a few Toastmasters on here today from all over the world. Twyla and various people, Joyce as well, and I've been very busy with my battles. Speakers Club, which I was made the president. Now hold your breath for this, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I was handed the presidency of Battle Speakers Club. And then I said, how many members have we got? And they said, 1. And it's you. So we have built it up with the help of lovely people. You heard people mention Janet Puchek, who's a lovely girl. She lives in Canada, in Thunder Bay. She's joined the club, and she's been a whirlwind, really. We've now up to 9 members today, from 1 to 9 in about 3 weeks. Give me a big round of applause. Give me a big round of applause.
Well done.
Well, it's fantastic. And Twila, who's on the screen somewhere, she's blanked out, but she's there somewhere. Yes, I can see her. And yes, she put the hand up. Good, that's great. And she's just joined today. So ladies and gentlemen, I'll tell you what I'll do, actually. We've got a meeting this Thursday, and I'll send out an invitation to everybody. You can come along and see what we're doing, because we've got what's called a hybrid meeting. In America, in Australia, they call it Room and Zoom. I like that phrase, Room and Zoom. In other words, we've got the live members in the room, in the meeting room, and then we've got a huge screen, and we've got all the people on Zoom as well. It's a fantastic affair, and it's a million laughs, and it's wonderful. So I'll send out an invitation. If you want to, come along. But there we are. So Con, what did you do this month?
Well, I've been very busy. You know, the golf course has been closed most of the time, so I haven't been playing much golf. But we've been busy in the greenhouse, because it's time everybody was planting seeds, and we bought some trees, so we're planting trees as well. So planting lots of seeds. We've got beetroot and cabbage and cauliflowers, all sorts of stuff. So I'm looking forward to a bumper crop this year. And then I did a speech for a Rotary Club up in Orkney. The Rotary Club of Orkney asked me if I'd give a speech. So I gave a talk to them, and out of that I got 2 other bookings. One which Chris cornered me into, but that's not till October. So,
Con, I've got to ask you, and I know this is going to make you laugh. I'm going to make Chris laugh and other people laugh. How much are you being paid?
Well, a lot of friendship. That's
a big fat zero. I always say to everybody, Con, they say, well, what are you doing these days? I said, I've never worked so hard in my life. 3 o'clock most nights I go to bed, and then I'm up again 8, 9 o'clock in the morning at it again. And how much do I earn? Zero. Everybody expects all of us to do everything for nothing nowadays. Well, we don't mind. So Con, I know that you did something fantastic for Rotary.
Oh yeah, well we had our own. I'm in the Rotary Club of Elland, as you know, and we had a masquerade ball about a week or 2 ago, and I was blagged up. The guy who was leader of the band, he came down and he said, "Do you want to sing a few songs?" I said, "No, not really." And anyway, our secretary, she went up and asked him to announce me. So I got up, and I think somebody took a video of it. So let's have a look at the video.
I asked her for credit, she answered nay. Where it's a custom like yours, I could win every day. I've done, and the last them took heart, and the big son. I play the wine rover. No, never, no more.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, Con. That's all I can say. Is a great, showing that video is a great reason why you should not get up on your own with some complete amateurs and ruin your career in 3 minutes. You need me, Con. You need me.
No.
So what's next?
Well, well, we've got some old video diaries from 2018, the end of February 2018. I'm looking forward to seeing what I was doing then, because it's always you forget as you grow older, you forget a lot of things you've done in your lifetime. But it's lovely to have some old diaries. I take lots of pictures and videos of what I'm doing, so I can always look at them and say, "Oh, I remember that now. Janie Mac, look at that. Isn't that fantastic?" So let's have a look at these. Let's have a look at these videos.
Well, yeah, and this is really for the grandparents. I think we're mostly grandparents here today, but this is and I adore being a grandparent, and you, Con, I know adore being a grandparent.
Oh yeah.
But here we are. Let's have a look at this stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, here I am, Princess Theatre in Aldershot. My granddaughter Isabel is appearing today. She'll probably do 2 lines. But I'm looking forward to it. Nice theatre. Nice theatre actually. I'm going this way.
Please take your seats as today's performance will commence in 2 minutes. Please take your seats.
There we are. You enjoying yourself? Lovely.
Welcome, everyone. In honor of this celebration, my 7 lovely daughters will honor us with a song.
Well, what am I doing waiting for the stage door? This was a lovely idea. All the kids coming out one by one to meet their parents. This is lovely. Lovely idea. Oh, Klasky is coming. There's Isabel Klasky. There she is. There's the star of the show. And the proud parents. Ah, and the tradition is to give them flowers. Isn't that lovely?
Terrible threesome.
Lovely. Lovely. That was wonderful, Isabel. Wonderful.
You got glitter on your face.
Wonderful. Now this is one of the 2 of us. And this is a movie because you've just been a big superstar. Were you an incredible superstar? And what did you like most about the performance?
Singing.
Singing? That was lovely. And the makeup, of course, was excellent. Was the makeup done by Disney? Possibly. Not Disney. I would have thought they'd fly somebody straight over from Hollywood, straight to Aldershot for the Little Mermaid, for the makeup. It's just as good.
A lovely theatre.
It is. It's yeah, it's quite a beautiful theatre.
It's got all the old drapes and everything.
And it's got all the original stuff. Look up there. This is the Hippodrome at Niceborne. We've just done a lovely show in the afternoon, haven't we?
I enjoyed it.
You enjoyed it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I enjoyed it too.
I think the audience enjoyed it. Well, they gave us a standing ovation at the end.
Yeah, standing ovation.
So it must have been good.
Yeah.
And we were standing as well.
I know, and here we are at the end of the month again. So see you next month. Come and see a show.
Yeah.
There's quite a few of the fans here today.
There is, yeah. Lynn was here.
Yeah, quite a few.
And Wendy.
And my little granddaughter.
Your little granddaughter.
Layla.
Budding star.
Making a nuisance of herself. I think she's getting too fond of show business. Anyway, see you next month.
See you next month. Bye. Bye for now.
You must remember this. A kiss is still a kiss. A sigh is
There we
just
are, Con. There we are.
She's grown up now. She's a big girl now.
My little Layla. I keep on saying little Layla. She's now 5'7". 5'7". Ah! And she's like that. She's absolutely as skinny as that, which is amazing. It's terrific, really. But I must say, Con, when I look at that, I miss live performing. You know, since COVID, we haven't done one show. We've done an awful lot of TV stuff and an awful lot of Zoom stuff, but we haven't done one show. We'll have to get out and do a live show. John Leyland has asked us, and if John Leyland asks us, that's it. We've got to. We've got to.
Yeah.
So, what have we got, Con?
Well, we're going to have some fun and games now. So what have we got planned for our fun and games this month, Dave?
Well, I thought we're always jolly and laughing and giggling and everything, but let's just go a tiny little bit serious, but not too serious. And I'll go on to gallery view and I'll just see who I'm looking at. I'm looking at Twyla, actually, all the way from California.
I have to correct you. It's Twyla.
Twyla.
Like Twilight, yes. Twilight.
Oh, I see, yes, it's because, and strangely enough, Twyla, similarly in Ireland, everything with I is I, and we say Italians instead of Italians, and I think Americans do as well. And
Some of them do, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I say I was over in Italy last week. But Twyla, let me ask you a serious question. You don't have to be too serious.
Only one today.
Only one, only one.
Okay.
In one sentence, what would you say to Mr. Putin?
Do I have to say it politically correct or no? I can't say what I want. I think some of our congressmen have already said it to him, and they've been scolded for doing that. But I really wonder if the man can even hear a sensible person talking. I think that he has delusions and fantasy, and I don't think he could. I don't think he could understand common sense. So I don't think I would say anything to him. I might give him a rude gesture.
That is fascinating. That's fascinating. So who can I look at next? Who can? Somebody put the hand up there. Lynn has got her hand up. Lynn, here's a different. Okay, you want to repeat that question? What would you say? One sentence. What would you say to Putin?
It's not me saying to Putin. It's sad when the children are latching on to the news that we're seeing. And I spent yesterday with my great niece and great nephew. Charlie's 10, Mia's 9. Mia said, "I want to go to Russia. I want to see Putin. I want to tell him off about all the nasty things that have happened. And I want to tell him to stop this horrible war right now." And coming from a 9-year-old, you know, an angelic-looking 9-year-old that wants to go there and take Putin on, and you know, it's
give him a kick in the shin.
That's absolutely marvellous, Lynn. Well, listen, who am I looking at next? Who am I looking at next? I think I'm looking at Catherine Coates. I'm looking at Catherine Coates. One question, in one sentence, if you had the equipment, what would you say to the people of Russia?
Well, you don't want to fight violence with violence. The trouble is they're getting very near the nuclear bit. And of course, if they start using those weapons, then everybody will go. So just, keep a lid on it.
So what would you say if you had the ability to talk directly to all of the people of Russia? The people of Russia, what would you say?
Well, we actually sympathise with the people of Russia, because what's coming out is that the people themselves are against it, and just let them know the West is, we're heartbroken for them and what is happening in their name.
I must say, I was in Moscow 3 years ago with my son, Oliver. I've always wanted to go to Moscow because I find it a fascinating place. And what we found, and my son was reminding me of this the other day, what we found was that all of the normal people, intelligent people, educated people, people with a few bob, in other words, they all think like we do, like the rest of the world. But as soon as you talk to the older people, middle-aged to older, who are of an income bracket, they will immediately say, bring back the old days. Bring back the USSR. Because it was wonderful under Stalin. It was wonderful under those people. So it's a very, very strange situation. The older people wanted as it was, big, strong Russia dominating the world. And the people of, I was going to say my age, of an age, of middle age, and that's, they think that way. And the younger people, they're on Facebook, Instagram, but they're not now. Now and I do feel personally that what's going to happen eventually, it'll take a while, that's why I've got this up. And I encourage you all to do this. Eventually the people will win.
Well, there has been reports about the Russians themselves putting holes in the tanks and so on, so that they're rendered useless and they can't go to war.
Fascinating, fascinating. One final question. Who shall I ask now? Who shall I ask? I'm looking at Chris's iPad. One sentence. What would you say to the government of the USA?
I would say continue with sanctions, but don't impose a no-fly zone on anything that could trigger off a bigger war.
Yeah, very wise and very well said, Chris. So, Con, let's get on to something more cheerful, shall we?
I'm looking forward to our next what shall I call it, episode.
You're breaking up like mad, Con. Actually, I don't know why.
Oh.
Yeah, it's an electrical breakup. I don't know what it is.
Oh dear.
But anyway, go ahead. Go on.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this next video, which you have done a wonderful job on, and it's one of our hit songs, which we had 18 of them back in the 60s, and
70s and
8. And a couple of years ago we had 2 gold records as well.
And I've got an idea, ladies and gentlemen, which I'm going to put to you, which I want you all to share and make our video at the end of this show viral. You can do it. But go on, Con.
Yeah. Well, it's a lovely video you've done of this, and it's one of our hit songs called Whispering. So I'm looking forward to this. It's whispering while you couldn't hear me. Whisper to no one else. Whisper, 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 whisper.
Whisper that you love me. Whispering while you cuddle near me. Whispering. Whisper so no one else can hear. Whispering. Each whisper seems to cheer me. I know it's know it's true that there ain't nobody but you. While you're whispering why you'll never leave me, whispering why you'll never grieve me. Whisper and say that you'll believe me, whispering that I love you.
Wait. No applaud! Yes! Twyla, you're not applauding! Twyla! That's great! That's wonderful! And the person who's Josh Crawford with the flowers, she's not applauding either. But that's tremendous. That's wonderful. And little and often, they're not applauding. But the cat's not applauding. And that's wonderful, ladies and gentlemen. That is much better than money.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's not. No, it's not. But Con, keep on going. What's next?
Well, we got birthdays.
I think it's the birthdays. Yeah. And Sandy has been coming to me and my assistant and saying, and I go 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and I just said to her just now 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So, and she's disappeared now. Sandy! Oh, there we are.
Do we have any birthdays?
Do we have any Lynn, you're the birthday person.
Yes, we do. Before I mention the birthday, Sue's funeral will be on Friday. I can't go because they haven't told me where it is. I think they want to keep it private. He said I'm welcome, I can go, and it's a shame that I can't go, but if I don't know where it is, I'm stuck. So just to say, it's for all of us to give a thought to Sue on Friday afternoon.
Indeed,
so when it's all going on. But the birthday, we've got John Hutchinson, who will be 66 on the 23rd of March. So he'd become a pensioner, the same as me now.
Oh, lovely.
You were saying there, Lynn, about no address. There's a friend of mine, a very dear friend of mine. Con knows this story, and he spent £4 million, and he took the middle 2 pages of all the major papers in the world. Yeah, £4 million it cost him to promote this deal that he had, which was going to make him billions. And at the end of the day, he got nothing because the designers forgot to put the address. That's a true story. So now, what have we got? Listen, Twyla will understand this. I have been all over the world looking for this cake. And I ended up in Brisbane, which I love. Con loves Brisbane as well.
Brisbane's lovely.
And we went down to a lovely shop on the front in Brisbane, and we asked them, could we have a cake? And they said, no, we're out of cakes. And they made this specially because I said that this cake was for John Hutchinson. And I got it back on the plane and brought it all the way over here. And here it is with the most exceptional candles you've ever seen. So, Lynn, is it just John?
John's here, yes.
There's only one. Okay. Happy birthday to you, John. Happy birthday to you, John.
Happy birthday to John. Happy birthday to you, and many more. May you have many.
Beautiful. So listen, John, I'll go on to you. Now all you have to do is shout, John, and just unmute yourself. Shout.
John, I'm unmuted.
That's it. Now, John, you can see that cake, can't you?
Oh, yes. What's a lovely...
What I want you to do, John, is to say 1, 2, 3 and blow. Are we ready? No, wait, no. I'll give you the cue. Now, you have to say something to open the camera. There you are.
Yeah. Right, I'm ready. 1, 2, 3...
Whoa! Whoa!
It's a long way from Leeds to Eastbourne.
Will you all shut up? Con, you should know better. If you talk, it's you that comes on the screen. Well, Sandy, we could see you.
I don't care.
You don't care. Oh.
I wasn't talking, I was laughing at Sandy.
No, it's hilarious. She's going to kill herself because it looks like it's a huge studio. It's not. There's wires and stands and stuff everywhere. She's all right. She's safe. She's safe. But that was lovely, John, and happy birthday for 66.
Thank you.
You don't look 66.
No, thank you.
No,
Yeah.
you look about 73.
Oh, right, okay.
You'd have to take it.
I'm wearing well, I'm like you guys.
Oh, I know. I don't know. Listen, all my family are like me. And Con's family are the same, really. We're blessed that we've got young genes, I think. Young genes. Yeah, Armani genes, by the way.
Yeah. You have to take a trip to America now, John, and go on Route 66.
Sounds lovely. So, Con, what are we up to next?
Well, we've got another one of my favourite videos. It's great, another job you did very, very well, and I'm looking forward to seeing it again. And it's that.
No, tell us a bit of story about it. We've got a bit of time. Go on.
Well,
what can you remember about recording it? John likes those stories.
Yeah. To be honest with you, I can't remember recording it. But it was done down to your studio, and you got lovely equipment down there, I must say. And the only trouble is it's over 200 miles for me to travel. To get down there.
Con,
Yeah.
you recorded it in your house.
Oh, did I?
Yes.
Oh, you're talking about the video?
The whole thing, yeah, go on.
Yeah, well, actually, it was good fun.
But you can't remember it?
Not really.
Oh, my dear brother. I can remember, I've got a photographic memory actually. I can remember, and John Leyland knows this very well, I can remember every single little thing about recording anything. And I can remember recording the maracas. If you listen closely, you got the maracas on there. The Spanish maracas, which sat beautifully. Don't know where I get the ideas from. And the other thing as well is your favourite instrument, which is a Jew's harp.
The Jew's harp, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is in my music room. Yes, indeed.
Do you know, I haven't seen a Jew's harp. Is there anybody you can shout to get it? No?
No, not yet.
Okay, don't worry. But Jew's harp, I was able to play a Jew's harp on this as well. I loved it. And I've got a dear friend, Steve Reynolds. He'll be watching the replay of this, so I'll give him a thank you. Because he loans me the banjo. And he's coming over on Tuesday, and we're going to record it's a brand new Irish song, brand new, because I've written it with a friend of mine, a doctor friend of mine, Dr. Patrick Parker. Give him a mention as well. He'll be looking at the replay. And we wrote this song. Well, he found it, and then I messed about with the words and wrote an extra verse, and that's sort of what you do. And so, but to do it, I've got to have a banjo. So I've got to ask Steve, please Steve, can I have a lend of your banjo again? And I think this time I'll say to him, Steve, can I buy the banjo off you? That'd be a better con, wouldn't it?
Yeah, good idea. Everybody should have a banjo.
Have you got one up in your house? I don't think you got one in your house, have you?
I have, yeah.
You have?
Yeah, it's broken at the moment. I'm trying to fix it.
Listen, I'll put a message out to anybody. If anybody here knows where there's a decent banjo, because I can make any sort of a banjo sound good. It's like Brian May. People say to him, "Oh, you've got a fantastic sound. Give Brian May any guitar, and in 10 minutes he'll sound right like Brian May." And I'm the same with things like banjos. Give me a banjo, and I'll make it sound fantastic in 10 minutes. So if anybody knows of a banjo, a decent five-string banjo, please let me know. I'll pay anything up to £13,000 for it.
Oh yes, and the rest. Right.
I'm waiting for you to say something, Con. Because people accuse me of talking too much.
Well, I'm looking forward to this your exhibition on the banjo.
Oh, I know.
And it's lovely actually. This video. I think you did a wonderful job at the time.
And you did a wonderful job singing it.
I know.
So here we go.
I've got a mule and her name is Sal. 15 miles on the Erie Canal. She's a good old worker and a good old pal. 15 miles on the Erie Canal. We've hauled some barges in our day, filled with lumber, coal and hay. We know every inch of the way, from Albany to Buffalo. Load red, everybody down. Load red, we're going to it now. You'll always know your neighbor, you'll always know your pal, if you ever sail on the Erie Canal.
Up there, Sal, we're coming to a lock.
15 miles on the Erie Canal.
We'll be home before 6 o'clock.
15 miles on the Erie Canal. One more trip and back we'll go, through the rain and sleet and snow. We know every inch of the way, from Albany to Buffalo. Low red, everybody down. Low red, we're going to it now. You'll always know your neighbor, you'll always know your pal, if you ever sail on the Erie Canal. 15 miles on the Erie Canal. 15 miles on the Erie Canal. Load red, everybody down. Load red, we're going to it now. You'll always know your neighbor, you'll always know your pal, if you ever sail on the Erie Canal. Erie Barge Canal. Hey!
I love that.
That was fantastic. Let's go over and see. Let's see what's happening in Con. Are they applauding? Are they Twiller? You're not applauding. There she is. She's applauding now. That's great. I'd love to see Joyce Crawford, but she's not there. Anyway, listen, that's lovely, John. And John, I'm looking at you. John Leyland, I'm looking at you because you always got a story. And thank you very much, Joyce. You can now mute yourself again. What do you think of that, Joyce?
I thought it was absolutely wonderful, and I'm very familiar with the Erie Canal in Albany. You did a fabulous job. That's a song I learned in elementary school. Loved it. Well done, gentlemen.
Yeah, there's another person here knows the Erie Canal very well, John Leyland. John Leyland, you've got a story about the Erie Canal. I remember you telling me something about there's a railway near there or something like that.
Yeah. Well, it was always my favourite track off the very first LP. So it's always on a playlist if ever I'm travelling. And I was going down to New York from Toronto on the train with my daughter when she was quite young. And we went through Buffalo and we went down to Albany, and there on the right hand side as you go down towards New York, for a lot of the way the railway actually runs parallel with the Erie Canal.
Oh wow.
And I had it on, it was a Walkman in those days with a tape, and I actually had the track on a tape, and I'm looking at it and I'm zooming along on the train. It was great.
Yeah, fantastic. Lovely. I've never been there, so I can't comment.
Well, you've got the Liverpool and Manchester Canal quite close, Con. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I can see it from my front room window.
Yeah.
But there's no trains.
Oh,
There's no trains.
Oh, I can see the trains actually, traveling from where they travel from Leeds over to Manchester.
Yeah.
Pass by my house, so they do.
So that's fantastic. So listen, we're always looking for stories. Somebody says, somebody, John, ask Con and I to tell a story about something. Come on, anything you like, just anything you like. And Twyla will love this because she's a Toastmaster and we're very good at ad-lib talking. John Leyland, why don't we go to Twyla? Twyla, you ask us, Con and I, any question you want in the world.
Was there a time when the two of you just could not agree on what to do?
Con?
What was that? Sorry,
Was there a time when you and I just simply could not agree with what to do?
Well, I suppose there's been many a time when, especially when it comes to the structure of a song or something like that, and you've been putting down voices, voice after voice after voice, and suddenly in the back of my mind I hear something different, and I say to you, what you should be seeing is this, it's a different, something different. And
no, can I interrupt there, Con?
Yeah.
It's always when I've spent 3 weeks, because people don't know this, well they probably do know it, but we're great at what's called multi-vocals. And any track will have, say, 4 harmonies in it. And each of those 4 harmonies will be recorded 4 times. So that's 16 voices altogether of me, just me. And of course, when you put all that together, and I'm always minded of people like, what's the Irish? Oh, won't come to my mind. John Leyland. Who's the Irish girl? Enya. She does the same thing, and she'll do 40 voices of her just singing one harmony, and then walk into the studio the next day and listen to it and say, that's rubbish, and just destroy it. And it's the same situation with me. I do all these harmonies upon harmonies upon harmonies, fantastic vocal arrangement, but Con's up in Leeds, see, up in Elland. And then I send it to him and he says, well, wouldn't it be better if you...
Well, they always turn out well anyway.
Oh yeah, no, but I love it when Con just throws me an idea at the start. He's very good at throwing me ideas for the videos. Especially he loves anything black and everything dark and lit from one side. That's called chiaroscuro. That's called lighting. See that, John? I know these things. Chiaroscuro lighting is from one side. It's very, very popular in films. But Con will give me wonderful ideas for videos, terrific. And then occasionally you'll come up with a fantastic idea for a song. This Irish song now we're going to do for next week. It's actually a poem, and it's written by a guy called John Betjeman. Do you know the name, John? Yeah, John, yeah.
Very famous.
And what used to happen in, not the old, even today, on notice boards in churches and in shops and that, people will just put a poem up. And that's what traditionally in Ireland has been called hedge poetry. Look it up, hedge poetry, H-E-D-G-E, poetry. Very popular, it's very simple poetry, but they say that hedge poetry has been around for literally thousands of years, written in caves by stonemen and all that. So this is really, John Betjeman walked into a shop and there was this poem. So he nicked it, of course, like I nick everything inside. He nicked it and put his name to it. And it's called the Towns of Ireland. The Towns of Ireland it's called. Yeah, but the thing is that, Con, with this particular song, I know we're going off the track a bit, but Irish people talk, we love talking. We got off the track a bit. it's a great song, and there's a lot of information in there, about, especially about the English people don't want me saying things like this, but about the English occupation of Ireland, which was quite dreadful. And it's all just like, don't like to say it, but I will say it. It's just like in Russia, the Russian people don't know what's going on in the Ukraine. And similarly, in the 1700s, 1600s, 1800s, the English people, generally speaking, did not know what was going on in Ireland, and it was quite horrific. But a lot of this poem, and it's lovely. And I think, Con, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get you or me to actually just speak some of it, because the words are so beautiful.
Yeah.
It's
We'll have to go with that. We'll have to go.
telling the stories and that, and I might put a little bit of background music in the background, and yeah, why don't we do something different like that? That'd be good. But getting back to yours, Twyla, we did disagree with somebody rather special, Twyla, one time. We were appearing at the Talk of the Town.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Now, if you recently saw the fantastic film out with Sheridan Smith playing Judy Garland, and everything, oh, wait, now, waiting room, there we are, admit, yeah. Quick as a flash, I admitted somebody. Great film. Look it up on YouTube if you haven't seen it. Judy Garland. I think it's just simply called Judy Garland, but Sheridan Smith played the part of, and Con and I were actually a part of all that is in the film. It's concentrating on when she was broke and smashed, and she was literally sleeping on people's couches, which nobody knew about. They all thought she was a superstar. And then she came over, she got Bernard Delfont, who used to give us a lot of work, Con, didn't he? He put us on the London Palladium and all that. Yeah. Bernard Delfont, who was the brother of Lou and Leslie Grade. Leslie Grade, Lou Grade. Leslie Grade gave us an awful lot of shows. And Lou Grade was the boss of ATV, which was the start of independent television. See all this information I'm giving John. It's astonishing. I don't know how I do it. But so Bernard Delfont went on a flyer and decided to book Judy Garland for 4 weeks at the London Palladium, at the Talk of the Town. And we actually then, because Bernard Delfont controlled Sunday night at the London Palladium, which is like Twilight, it was like the Ed Sullivan Show over here. It was the biggest show in the country. 22. We hold the record actually for the most number of people watching it. I think it was 27 million. I think it was something like that. Anyway.
25, I think.
I know. No, I think it was 36.
Well,
go on. You say it was 43. 43. No. But anyway, we actually, she appeared with us, or we appeared with her, whatever way you want to put it. And that was the last TV show she ever did. And that was when she was at the Talk of the Town, which is the subject of that film. But the story I'm getting to is, I'll get there eventually, folks, don't worry. Because Con's going to tell the story, and I'm going to butt in. But the story about us playing
at the Talk of the
Town. Yeah. And Robert Nesbitt, who was the producer, then when he heard the rehearsal of us singing The Holy City, he said, under no circumstances will you sing that.
No, you say what he was saying. No, boys, that's very end of the pier sort of stuff. It's not at all for the sophisticated people in London. No, I don't think you should sing Jerusalem at all.
Jerusalem? No, it wasn't Jerusalem. It's the Holy City, Con.
The Holy City.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Last night I heard that one.
Jerusalem, Jerusalem.
Yeah, everybody. Yeah, but Jerusalem's a different song.
I know. But anyway.
My brother, ladies and gentlemen, my brother.
No, I had to say that because we were almost ready to go on stage, and our choreographer came in, and he said, "Boys, I think you should leave out that Jerusalem song." And I blew my top. I said, no, we know what our act is like. We're going to do it. And we went on and we did our act, and we did Jerusalem.
Holy City, Holy City. Con.
Holy City. But the point I keep making, Jerusalem, is the headlines in the paper the next day, the write-up for the show said, Jerusalem stole the show at the Talk of the Town last night.
Yeah.
So the song, Holy City or Jerusalem, whatever you want to call it, that was the hit song for the night. And the great thing then was the following night, there was a knock on our door. I said, come in. And there was the great man himself. And he said, gentlemen, I must apologize. You were right and I was wrong. And that is a sign of a great man who knows when he's been wrong and he apologizes. So that's a sign of greatness. And I'll always remember that man for that.
Do you know, Con, I always give that advice. Anybody who's looking in, if you've got young people, you may have grandchildren, or you may have children even, trying to get into show business and all that sort of stuff. So there's a great thing about doing some song in your act that just smacks people in the face. Now, Adele did it famously with the song, the Bob Dylan song. John will know it. What was it called? The big hit she had. It was her first major hit. But she did that because she went on the Brits with just a piano and just sang. You must know the song. We recorded it as well. And this one song. And on paper, if her producers beforehand would say, no, it can't work. It can't work. But she did it. And I always say to my daughter, and I say to you, Philip, Con, I say, get a song that's so off the wall, so weird. Because I saw Craig Douglas. People remember Craig Douglas. I don't think Twyla will or Joyce, but a huge star in this country, many, many hits. And in the twilight of his life, he was asked to do a number of songs at a golf do, a variety club golf do. All the major stars were there, Jasper Carato, you name it, Stan Boardman, we were all there. And we were all thinking, Christ, what's Craig Douglas going to do here? And he walked out, ladies and gentlemen, and he sang a song that was #1 in the charts that week. #1 in the charts. Sang it a cappella, and I'm here to tell you, he killed the audience. But so off the wall, so different. So if you ever notice with our act, I mean, John will know this, and all our fans will know this, Lynn, Carol will know this, we always try to have some sort of an off-the-wall song that will kill the audience, and it works. So there we are, Twyla. Was that a good answer? I know it was 10 minutes of an answer, and I should normally do 2 minutes.
Felt like half an hour.
I know! It was lovely, Con. Well, as I always say, worth every second.
Right. So anyway, let's get on with the show.
Yeah.
And Deck and I recorded this song, and it's by Gounod. And it's a prayer. In actual fact, everybody looks on it as a song, but it's actually a prayer. And we've dedicated this song, or prayer, whatever you want to call it, to the people of Ukraine. And it's called Ave Maria.
And may I say, Con, what we're asking, I mentioned it earlier on, I have a fancy that this could become possibly the theme of the whole conflict. If we all put our heads together, share it with everybody we can, play it as many times as we can, get the figures up. But I'm going to put it, as soon as this finishes, because it's debuting here, as soon as this finishes, I'm going to put it on YouTube. And if we all work together, tell all your friends. Because I cried, I unashamedly cried when I was making this. And I think what's going on in the Ukraine is ridiculously stupid. But this is for the people of Ukraine.
and ask everybody to share.
Лідер фракції тут, голова Офісу президента тут, прем'єр-міністр Шмигаль тут, Подоляк тут, президент тут. Всі ми тут, наші військові.
Yeah, I'm not going to say, I'm not going to applaud. Please don't. No, don't applaud. No. Just think.
And tell everybody to share.
But one thing, one what I tried to do, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what I tried to do is to capture the iconic images to date that were in there, and just to remind you that that image of those two tractors pulling that billion-pound piece of equipment of the Russians across the field. And I love, when you watch it again, if you do watch it again, watch the replay tomorrow, just look carefully at that image. Con and I aren't in, I took Con and I completely out of that image to show it completely, of those brave people standing in front of those tanks. And the Russian soldiers confiscated the flags. And one brave man, you just watch the video again, one brave man just walked up to the soldiers and said, "Give me our flags back." And this 22-year-old soldier gave the flags back. And then the man just proudly walked off waving the flags. That image will stick with me forever. But I'll say this before the end of the show, Con, I think I've said it to you. I'm old enough, most people on the show today are old enough to remember when the Iron Curtain and the Berlin Wall came down. I think we're now going to see the Iron Curtain and the Berlin Wall go up again.
Well, we hope not, but you never know, you never know. Anyway, that's a sad note to sort of end the show. Lynn wants to say something. Go on, Lynn.
My nephew's 10 years old, and he said to me yesterday, if I was 18, I would go to the Ukraine and I would fight against the Russians. It just makes me want to cry, you know, hearing the children saying all this. They're not shielded for them in the news, but it's obviously the talk at their schools. They're talking about it with their friends. They're constantly asking my niece if we're going to have a third world war. All she could say was, nobody knows what's going to happen.
It's all down to Putin, really, isn't it? You know,
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
And we've got now, according to the world leaders, we've now got 30 to 40 years of this dreadful enmity that will go on. Unless the Russian people do something about it. Could happen. But there we are. Let's smile and be happy and say to everybody, the replay will be tomorrow. I'll stay up tonight until it's done. Don't worry. And the replay will be on tomorrow sometime. Hope you can watch it. And please, please tell your friends. Yeah. Share, share, share. Sounds of Sunday. Don't worry. You can just put anything you like in and the replay will be there. I'll be sending the link to everybody anyway, Con. So don't worry about that. Good. Well, there we are. Tell everybody. Would you like to say goodnight, Con? Because we're 5 minutes over. And Twyla will tell you, and Joyce will tell you, Toastmasters people, don't go over. But Twyla. Oh, I'm going to kill myself here in a minute. Wait now. I'm trying to get the voice. Look.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
That's terrible, Twyla. I should be ashamed of myself. Ashamed of myself. Well, there we are. Don't tell anybody, Twyla. And Joyce, don't tell anybody. Say goodnight, Con.
Good night, everybody. Stay safe, because the COVID is still about. I keep dodging it. Stay safe and stay warm. So until next month, good night. God bless.
And I'll say good night from Eastbourne to everybody. And there's two thoughts. Whatever happened to the war in Syria?
Oh, wow.
Whatever happened to the war against COVID?